first thing I knew about the camp was quite a distance before we got there, you could smell the odor from the crematory. And that was a horrible thing. It almost felt like you couldn't breathe. When we got to the main gate, the guards had fled, so we went in the camp. There was a long row of naked corpses that were waiting to be sent to the crematory. And alongside them were all these prisoners just standing there with, well, amazement on their face, shock. They didn't know really what was going on, I guess. And they were just maybe a couple of hundred of them where I was, standing there looking at me. Most of them looked like they were almost starved to death. As I walked along looking at them, I thought, this is what hell is like, with all the way these people look, as dead bodies. And I was just overcome with everything. And I looked up at the sky and said, God, get me out of this place. And when I looked back down, there was a man coming from this group over to the fence where I was. And he said in German, do you have a cigarette? Well, I had about 3 packs. And I thought, if I bring out the cigarettes and all these people stand here, I don't have enough to give them, and I'll have a riot on my hands. So I said, no, I don't have any. And he said, un momento, 1 minute. And he ran off behind the barracks. And I didn't know what was going to happen, but shortly he came back and he put his hand through the openings in the wire and handed me this little rusty can. And inside was a cigarette butt about 1 inch long, water stained, and looked like he had dug it up out of the ground. And I felt this was the biggest treasure this poor man has. And he said, this is in thanks for liberating us. At that moment, everything completely changed from horror to making me feel like, you know, I'm really doing something good, being part of the liberation of these people. And after thinking about this, which I have ever since, 50-some years, I've become to realize that that was God's answer to my prayer. He had that man give me that, and it just totally changed my feeling of despair at seeing all this to a feeling of joy that I was really doing something to help these people.